Hi guys, Phantom here, and tonight we have a very special guest, resident D-Link player, Team Bluffs member, and a fellow duelist in the competitive community, David.
Alright, hello guys, name's David, or better well known, true king of dragons. As Phantom said, I am a D-Link player, have been playing the deck for a while now, and here to showcase my D-Link variant, along with a side, just because that's how we like to do it in the here in Phantom's HQ. So deck is 50 cards. I was working with 46. I bumped it to 50 to fit a couple more things. I brought back the Vanillas, Galaxy Serpent, Flame Veil Guard. You will see why. They become really good extenders in this variant. They're essentially free searches, free summons, extra tuners for whatever you need, and they allow you to chain block. I'll show you what I mean. I play one Dragard, essentially because the deck can still combo without needing its normal summon. If I can open up with this or search it, not search it, but draw it into it because of Knock Division or Chaos Space, I can use this as my normal summon. On normal summon, it brings back a vanilla, and then it has a secondary effect to tribute a monster on field to have its level become 8 and gain 100. Which, by the way, I've been wanting to play test with this card for a while, and I decided that with spheres, heavenly spheres in the game and Dragard on the field, you have essentially a 2-card LP, which is what I'm using for my new LP engine or card. So there's that. Stardust Trail. Stardust Trail because I play two Dragon Shrine. If I can send it there via Dragon Shrine or Dragon Ravine, and this ends up in graveyard, and I use Dragard to tribute spheres or anything in order to make this level 8. While this is in the graveyard, it comes back for free. It chain blocks the secondary effect of spheres to special summon from the deck, so that becomes an extender in of itself. It banishes when it leaves the field, but if you use it for the synchro summon of a warrior synchron or stardust synchro monster, you get a level 1 token, dragon light level 1 attack defense 0 token, which, hey, more bodies. D-Link always requires bodies on the field to keep comboing. Really good extender. Small standard rocket package, 1 tracer, 1 recharger, 1 rocket synchron, 1 absol my version, this is all you need. You can do anything with these two going first. You can do you can either go for the Savage, you can go for the Magic Ruler, you can go for any other generic level 8 that you may want to tech. I am currently trying Stardust, just because I want to try and plus off of the extra summon from Stardust Trail more when I get to the extra deck. Synchron, standard, it'll revive a level 7, it'll revive your Absol Router, it'll revive your Knock Division, it'll revive your Red Eyes Darkness. It will lose its effect, but it will give you a second body and lock you into darks. If you revive something odd like the Red Eyes then well, you have 2 monsters on board for an IP or whatever you want. Observator, send it off of Shrine, send it off of Ravine, whatever the discard may be. You get you get to thin out the deck. You get to search for a rocket. 1 black metal, 1 red ice. Like I said, the deck combos for days. You just need the 1 normal summon to search this. Standard normal summon. Open up with it. Normal summon. Link for the striker. Get your red ice. Free chain block. Free plus. For my chaos package, I am playing a white dragon wyvern and 1 black dragon collapse and 2 Liveneer. No safer. The reason why I'm not playing safer is because I basically replaced safer with the unexpected die dragon shrine. Send everything to grave. Use the Liveneers for free summon, for free hand rip. I have more lights in the deck that just go to grave essentially. So I can, if I have enough lights, I can bring something back. I can destroy cards on the field. I can rip a card out of hand, and I play a XCs that will explain the reason behind playing 2. Because fun fact, you can special summon Liveneer multiple times. You just can't activate its effect multiple times. 1 Omni Dragon. Card is too good not to play. Realistically, you just want to send it to graveyard essentially. But if you open up with it, it's a normal summon for your striker, and it's an interruption on your opponent's turn. Technically, it really summons from the hand or graveyard if your card is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect. Which there's a lot of cards like that in the current meta. So this being your graveyard, available to freely summon, prevent your opponent from going into game. If you're playing against Flunderies, special summon it from your hand or graveyard. In defense, it'll still get its effect off if they have Impin. If you have a card in hand, discard, search a dark dragon. If you have a light dragon, search a light dragon. You can do just about anything. It's an interruption. It prevents OTKing. It allows you to get anything you want if you just play the card right. Just all around good card. Too good not to play. Next up, we have 2 Noctivision for chain blocking of essentially either Striker or Romulus, depending on how your hand looks. Well, no, not Romulus, because it has to be on a Dark Dragon. But if you start off with a Quick Launch and another free summon or a normal summon, no. If you start with Quick Launch, put this on board, you go into Romulus right away. You chain block the Romulus, and then you get your Pisty or your Striker after, and you can make cool plays by opening up the link arrows. And also because I do play the Chain Dragon Maid package, the Chamber Dragon Maid package, it allows your back row to not be destroyed if you have this in graveyard, and don't vanish off with something like Liveneer. So really good. 1 Tempest. Again, I foolish a lot of cards. It thins out of the deck. It brings itself back. Allows you to link climb. It allows you to search. What might you ask? It allows you to search Dragonity Arma. Why? Well, because in a deck that generally plays all light and dark, and Windbearer being the floodgate that can just go into certain meta decks, it's good to have a two free high level monsters that you can just attack over the wind barrier. They're wind, they're free summons, they're extenders. This one, if your opponent if it destroys a monster and goes to graveyard, re-equip it. Don't forget to activate its effect to equip the monster that gets destroyed. Doesn't have to be by him, just by battle. You limit your opponent from resources. So anything that has a effect when going to graveyard, you can prevent that by equipping it back to him after damage calculation. 3 Parallel Exceed. Obviously it doesn't work very well with Striker going first, but once you get Romulus out, you can quickly link climb into Appaloosa, which I've noticed since the last couple of ban lists. It's been hard to quickly climb into Appaloosa, so I opted to give the deck an extra boost, and if I open up with one and quickly go into Romulus, quickly get Appaloosa on board, regardless of whatever else is left in your hand, protect your board, and more often than not, monster negates is what will allow you to excel in a tournament. So 3 Parallel Exceed, super important to quickly climb into that Appaloosa. 1 Chamber Dragon Maid, self-explanatory. That comes with the 2 Dragon Maid Tiding. For the hand traps, we have 3 Droll. Play the card, basically stop your opponent. It's self-explanatory. Combo decks kind of die to this card if they don't have the call by or cross out. 3 Gamma with the driver. You play a lot of spells. Again, the fact that this variant is playing Unexpected Die and Shrine for its starters, I decided to go with Gamma and Driver. If you open up with it going first, you open up with either of those spells, your opponent ashes, you can negate with this and go into Magic Dragon immediately start plussing, and then you keep the driver in grave. When you draw a second one, your board gets broken for whatever reason, you still got the driver in grave. If nothing else, you can always use it as resources for your Liveneer. 6, 8, 2 Artifact Valencia. I did have them in the side, but going from 46 cards to 50, I decided to main 2 because everything banishes, and whether it will not, it may not kill some decks, but it will definitely hurt them. DragonLink being one of them, as I run a Chaos package myself. If I were to get Lancia, it may not stop me, but it will definitely hurt my combo. That, and it's also a light. Again, this variant, I've tailored it so it can have lights as well as dark, so I can do anything I want regarding the Chaos package that I run. Let's see, for the spells, we have the 2 field spells in the deck, Ravine and Boot Sector. Pretty standard. Search this off of Striker. get free summon or use it to be pitched for Ravine. More often than not, I find myself keeping it in hand for a follow-up or being sent off Ravine, depending on how the combo goes and how many times my opponent has stopped me, and if I need something more engraved rather than summon a rocket from the hand. But if you can play with just Dragoon and keep this in hand, and you're going back and forth, try and keep the boot sector. I bring back monsters all the time when I'm low on monsters on field versus a bigger board. So it just helps bait negates when you're down. Really good all around. And like I said, for my variant, 3 unexpected die, 2 shrine. Unexpected die summons either the Galaxy or the Flame Veil. It's an easy ash bait. It starts off with no normal summons. Dragon Shrine puts a light in the dark. If you can get to your Hot Red Dragon, you can send the Flame Veil, and because he's a level 1 tuner, you can do anything. Get foolish, basically whatever you want, and set up for your chaos place, which Livenier will basically thank you for having these cards in the deck. To quick launch, I know many people play it at 3, but playing a very small rocket package, I only need 2. I varied the deck going from 3 to 2 to 1. I will sometimes cut it down to 1 so I can play an extra hand trap, but 2 seems to be the perfect ratio for a 50 card deck and everything that foolishes. 3 World Legacy. I don't know why a lot of DragonLink players choose to play 3 Safer and not 3 World Legacy. This card is just too good. It's a free monster reborn for any of your level 4s. It moves your link arrows. It allows you to do anything you want, really. It's another negate. If you start off with the Dragon Shrine, or if for whatever reason you open up with the Dragon Ravine, it's a 1-card starter that again starts with a free special summon. You can save your normal summon for later. Too good not to play at 3. 2 Chaos Space. Card is extremely good. I would love to play it at 3, but honestly, just like Quick Launch, if I were to take something out, it would be too beneficial to not. I keep going back and forth. I don't want to push the deck to 51 or 52. I've played the deck at 60 for quite the time, and bringing the deck down to 50. Chaos Space at 2 is the perfect ratio for me. Again, most of the time everything's going to graveyard anyway, so just being able to send anything from my hand to the graveyard alone is already a plus. And 1 Triple Tactics and 1 Forbidden Droplet, because 50 card deck, you gotta have them. The deck is good enough to combo through boards. It may not be able to pull off a powerful board, but if you open up with these, you're able to do many things, especially if you open up with a spell and you're going second. You can always plus off negating your opponent's monsters by sending them to graveyard and chaining with Droplet. Triple Tactics, pretty self-explanatory, too good to not play. That's the main 50 cards. For the extra deck, we have 1 Trish, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment. I wasn't running originally, but then with the many variations that we have, knowledge of the deck is extremely good. Especially starters in the combos of people's decks. It gives you knowledge of what your opponent is playing. You can guess, or better yet, since it's one of the last cards in your combo, if you choose to bring it out turn 1, you can decide what will hurt your deck the most, or what will hurt your board the most if they were to bring something out from their extra deck, and you can easily get rid of it. That alone, that and it banishes Tempest, which will allow you to grab Arma from the deck. And aside from that, if you banish extra deck monster on the field, if you have your Chaos Space, that's a +1. There's no negatives. It doesn't banish face down. So yeah, by banishing the above cards, yeah, doesn't banish face down. So it's a good card, really good card. Suggest playing it for any of those dealing players out there. Suggest bringing it back. For my synchros, Stardust, Chaotic Dragon, the Boros Savage, and the Hot Red Dragon. Stardust, like I said, I'm trying it out because of Stardust Trail. And then it's a +1. It's just more bodies. Stardust, everything right now has something that will destroy. So this will protect your board in a way. Just trying it for the time being. Nothing else. If what I took this out for was a Quadboro, yeah. So I took out a Quadboro for this. I'd probably suggest going the Quadboro if you're not playing Stardust, just because that's only for the benefit of the extra body for links. Ruler, I tend to bring him out with my Tracer and other level 4 because it pluses, it negates bait, it's a free reborn, summons itself back. It's a level 8. And Savage is just another monster negate, big monster. It boosts itself it boosts its own attack if it successfully resolves its effect to equip a link. Hot Red Dragon, either of your level 8s plus either Galaxy or Rocket Synchron, make him target negate if you can chain block with your Tiding. Target negate that droplet, target negate that tactics, lightning storm, any spell or powerful trap that might give you problems. Red Archfiend will protect your board. And after dealing damage calculation, it'll bring back a tuner dragon from the grave. So really good, too good not to play. Number 22 for my level 8s, my freely summoned level 8s, whether that be Livineer or the Magical Ruler. Number 22, Zombie-Stein is another target negate, 4500 attack, gets on the field via 2 dark level 8. So if I bring back the Chaotic Ruler and a Livineer, easily make him if for whatever reason he gets destroyed, he gets he dates a droplet, gets tributed, gets kaiju'd, whatever, you got your chaotic ruler in your graveyard. It will not be banished. You have an extender. Your opponent doesn't game you. You got a free monster again because of the amount of light and darks that you have in your grave. So it's essentially another target negate, and it prevents magical ruler from being banished. Really, really good. High attack, too good not to play. The standards: level 1 striker and Pisty, because it searches, because it summons anything that you have in your graveyard or banish it face up. Self-explanatory, really good. The starters of your link combos. For my level 2s, I currently have 3. Seal, IP, and Romulus. Like I said, Seal, Heretic Seal plus Dragard becomes my 2-card LP. I really like it. You don't have to go into it turn 1, but if for whatever reason you need anything from the deck, you can get both of those on field. There you go, 2-card LP. You can use it as an interruption to just put it up there and tribute and special summon your opponent's turn. The reason why I like to combo into it my turn 1 is because the monster is brought out as a 0 attack, 0 defense. However, if you do use this to bring out Omni Dragon from the deck, Omni Dragon does not get banished. It can activate its effect to pitch a card to bring to the from your deck to the hand any dragon, so you choose, but it only gets banished if it gets special summoned from the hand or graveyard. Fun fact. IP for when you get locked into dark because of your tracer or your rocket synchron and have to climb up into your beat sticks, which is Boros Sword and Axis Code. Romulus, it searches your ravine, your one and only ravine. You can use its secondary effect if you summon this and then summon either the Pisty or the Striker under it, and you have something in hand that you want to put on the field just for link climb's sake. Use its secondary effect. Well, not link because you can't link, but synchro place. That's something that you can do. In the past, I've used him when I was running the Dragoon package. If I open up with Red Eyes Brick, it does not become a brick if you want to summon him out of Romulus, because the monster doesn't have an effect to begin with. And get out Rocket Synchron and Synchro into an 8, and voila, your brick suddenly just became a extender. Link 3s only have 1, Nightmare Unicorn. Other DragonLink players are currently playing Nightmare Unicorn and Celine, and for the Link 2s, the Hulk. But as you can see, I don't have it, as well as I don't have Baylor in the main. I've ran Baylor in the main, but I tend not to use it for the extender. I just do everything with these few links and it works out. If you keep or summon back a Striker or a Pisty or an Axis Code and Dono TK and bring back Unicorn here, or if you're running Quad Boro, summon Quad Boro and summon Unicorn next to it, best time to go into Unicorn to +1 and then spin a card. Extremely good, really powerful, good way to climb into your beat sticks, which will be Borosaur and Access Code Talker, the big beaters of the deck. If nothing else can do it in the deck, this will. If this can't do it, I don't know what can. And of course, Durapalooza to protect board. Like I said, open up with Romulus, open up with XCs, go into Romulus as quickly as possible, XC, parallel XC, and quickly climb into a Palooza protect your board. And as for the side deck, for my personal D-Link, because I took the Lancia out of the side and put it into the main, this is what my side deck looks like, for an idea of those who would like to see side as part of the deck profile. To the Darla for the Wind Barrier hate, and also technically Impin now, because Impin becomes a skill drain, which happens to be a wind and protects Wind Barrier. Skullmeister, because it negates anything in my opponent's graveyard. There's a lot of cards that just come and go and have an effect in graveyard, and not many people have a way to stop it if they don't already have an Omni-Negate on board. So I run to Skullmeister just in case it ever comes up, and more often than not, it'll come up against a PK player. I should know. I play D-Link with Venom, who mains a PK deck. So test and trial, I suppose. Back row hate to Cosmic Cyclone for anything that may just completely stop your deck, because trap cards are just too OP against D-Link deck. It just kills the deck. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be Imperial Order, it can be TCBU, it can be anything Outlich, it can be a Solemn. Anything that threatens your board, more often than not, it's gonna just need to go right away. So the two Cosmic Cyclone, the two whiteboards of my side, Lightning Storm and Raigeki. I could run two Lightning Storm. I do have a playset, but I decided to go one Raigeki, one Lightning Storm, just in case I open up with the Lightning Storm and I need a second monster board wipe later on. I'd rather have the Raigeki to keep my board and just wipe clean the board of my opponent's monsters. Just really good. Really, I really urge people to consider Raigeki over Lightning Storm in the case of running multiple, instead of running multiple Lightning Storms. Then for traps, I have two Solemn Strike. Solemns are OP. That's all that you need to know. Use Solemn a monster from being summoned. It can kill a deck, a combo in its tracks. Noctivision needs to be used for a link summon in order to get the +1. The level 4 Worms of Sword Soul need to be used for a synchro summon in order to get their effects off. You stop the summon of the extra deck monster, it kills the combo. It stops them right in the track and right in their tracks. Too good not to play. Evenly matched for going second, white board. Omni-Negate bait, all around good card, too good not to play. And for my win cons, Dimensional Barrier against just about anything really. Just hard stop, Sword Soul, hard stop, or not stop, but not kill either, but prevent a deck that requires different extra deck monsters from going very far, essentially. And if misplayed, it can be lethal for them and a huge advantage for you. If it comes to it and the format shapes to be more Sword Soul than not, this is just as good as Imperial Order, essentially. Good against Invoked because they love fusions. Anything fusion, Synchro XYZ. Pendulum is not really relevant, but those three, hard counter. Really good. Too good not to play. Extremely urge players to play at 3. That's it for the full deck plus the side. We'll go on to the combo profile. Alright, and we're back with the combo profile. Just do a quick shuffle here, and we will get started. Whatever we get is what we get. So let's hope for a good hand. Standard cut in half, and we shall draw 1 Dragard, 1 Omni Dragon, 1 Knock Division, 1 Parallel Exceed, and 1 Flamvell Guard. Wow, okay, alright, let's see what we can do with this. This is something. This is something. Usually you want to open up with a combination of spells and monsters, but we will have to see what we can make with this. We will think we will go with the summon of Omni Dragon. Normal summon Omni Dragon, and because we have no other extenders, we will immediately go into Striker. And on the summon of Striker, we will chain block with Knock Division. Striker will get us the Boot Sector Lunch. Okay. And then we will go ahead and get Romulus out. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Knock Division, Chainlink 3, Parallel Exceed, because we did open up with both of them. So we'll go Parallel Exceed, we'll summon from the deck.
You'll draw first. That's an on-summon effect. It's not all resolution. You'll summon Parallel Exceed, you'll draw, and then you'll add Ravine. And then Parallel Exceed will summon in a separate chain from deck.
You're right. So, Phantom over here correcting me. He is the judge for this combo tutorial.
I'm rule striking your comments.
That you are. It is pretty late. Currently in our time. So, draw 1. 3, chain 3, chain 2. Oh, look at that. I expected to die a little too late. And then Romulus, which will add us a Ravine. But unexpected die still has its uses.
It's unexpected uses.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's more unexpected when it's the first card that you open up with. But unexpected nonetheless. Okay, and then separate chain XC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 summons. If your opponent doesn't nip you here, they will regret it.
They'll never nip you again.
Dang right. Appaloosa for 3. Immediately, as soon as possible. Get that Appaloosa out. Alright, now that that's all engraved, we will go ahead and go Dragon's Ravine. We will send the Flamevale Guard or discard the Flamevale Guard, and we will send. We can send anything, especially having Tempest and Arma in the deck. You can send them as well. They do become free extenders. I do not suggest ever sending a Livineer, as you do not have Safer in this build. I already used my normal summon, so I'm not going to be sending Trail. So I will have to go with the one and only Absol if I can find it. There he is. Absol Router will search the Tracer. Always search the Tracer. And again, from all monsters in hand, in the opening hand, you can still make something. If your opponent doesn't have interruptions, you can still go off. At the Tracer, we will have to unfortunately send the Ravine for launch special. The Tracer can either be used for Pisty and bring Omni Dragon and have it use its effect to continue to plus. In this case, I'm going to lock myself into Dark, destroy the boot, and summon from deck the Recharger. And we will go into Chaotic Ruler and activate its effect. Excavate the top 5. 3, 4, 5. You hate to see the droplet go, but you still get a Dark. So Livineer, Black Metal, I cannot special summon that off anything at the moment. So I will add the Livineer instead. So here we will banish Striker, Absol Router, and Black Metal for the summon of Livineer. Livineer, rip a card out of your opponent's hand, and you can either, I suppose, go into IP and reborn the Chaotic Ruler if you have a light engrave, but I currently do not and have no way of getting to it because I didn't mill it off of Chaotic Ruler. So I will just go into Zombie Stein, and now you have a target negate, 3 monster negates, huge beat stick. Zombie Stein, in order to negate it will detach a material, put itself in defense, and discard. That is all cost, and then it will negate if the effect is good. And essentially this is all you need against a combo deck. Regardless of our hand looking pretty bad, some would say, I still combo into interruptions on my opponent's turn, and it doesn't matter what I open up with, how my opponent breaks my board, if they do, or what happens if they don't game me, if they don't OTK me, they don't happen to win game, I can still continue to play next turn. I have extenders no matter what. If they break my board and get rid of these two, I'll have either Dragard to freely summon Flame Veil, or Unexpected Die to search for Galaxy off the deck and continue from there. Next draw. Look at that. World Legacy. Extenders for days, boys. This deck does not die, cannot die, will not die. DragonLink will continue to be playing in big boy tournaments because you can do anything with the deck. And David out. Thanks to Phantom for having me. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and we'll update you on more decks later.